The following question belongs to the data structure part, and the topic is sorting techniques, asked for 1 mark. Given an integer array of size n, we want to check if the array is sorted either in ascending or either in descending. An algorithm solves this problem by making a single pass through the array and comparing each element of the array only with its adjacent element. The worst case time complexity of this algorithm is, so here two constraints are given on which we need to focus. One is by making a single pass through each array element and comparing the element with adjacent element, and they are asking worst case time complexity for that. So for this particular purpose we can go for bubble sort, and if bubble sort is going to compare the adjacent element for the task, and by comparing adjacent element every time, it can perform the task in order of n. So we can write it as a omega of n. So basically you know that normally order of n is nothing but we want to represent is in the average case, that is theta of n. So either we can represent it like this and like this. So I can go with option A, that is both order of n and omega of n, right? So option A is the correct answer, because using bubble sorting technique, which is satisfying the condition of the question, the worst case time complexity will be both order of n and omega of n. I hope it is clear to you. Following question relates to the C programming. The question belongs to looping methodologies in programming. The question is asked for 1 mark. The question is hash include studio.h. Main function is given, one integer variable a, one integer variable b. Initial value of a is 6. Thereafter b is having 0. One looping condition where we are testing the variable a is less than 10. If it is true, then we are going to update the value of a by this following two statement of line: a equal to a divided by 12 plus 1 and a equal to a plus b. We can write it like a equal to a plus b, right? And once the while loop will break, it will try to print the value of a. The question states which of the following statement is correct out of this four. So if you can see here, the looping method, right? Then a is 6, so the condition will check that 6 is less than 10. It is true. If it is true, what it will be done, the value of a will be updated by this, that is a equal to 6 by 12 plus 1. So 6 by 12 eventually make the integer value 0, and 0 plus 1 equal to 1, and thereafter the value of a will be updated, a equal to a plus b. So in this case a will become a plus b, that is 1 plus 0, because initially the value of b is 0, that is a equal to 1. After this, print a, so a will be printed. So once a will be printed, it have printed 1. After that, what is going to be checked? Again, a is less than 10. So this time we are going to check, this is my second iteration. In this second iteration we are checking, this was the first iteration, this is the second iteration. In second iteration we are checking 1 is less than 10. It is also true. So if it is true, a will be updated its value again with the help of this statement, that is a equal to a divided by 12 plus 1. What is a? 1 divided by 12 plus 1. 1 divided by 12 eventually make the value of this particular part as a 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, again 1. Again the value of a will be updated, a equal to a plus b. As of now a is having 1, so a will be printed this time 1 plus 2 equal to b. But if you will see here, every time the value of a will be updated every time, and whatever value of a will be there, if we are going to divide it with 12, ultimately in the form of integer, the minimum value we may get is 0. The minimum value we may get is 0. It means that this while loop is not going to false anytime. This while loop is not going to be false at any particular point of time. The reason is this, the reason is the value of a that we are updating, right? And you know that Due to this, it will stuck in the infinity loop. So option C, the program gets stuck in an infinity loop. I hope this question is clear. This question was asked in 1 mark. The following question was asked from programming in C for 1 mark. Question is, consider the following C program. Consider the following C program. Hash include studio.h, void fx, int main fx, return 0, and void fx character a, and this is character a. If a equal to getChar does not equal to null, this is for null, fx will be called from here. If a does not belong to null, put char a. So the question is, assume that the input to this particular program from the command line is 1 2 3 4. What is the input? 1 2 3 4 followed by a new line character. Which one of the following statement is correct? So we are providing this 1 2 3 4 followed by new line character. So which of the following statement is correct? So it will start from the main function onward. Function will execute. So this function will call the definition part. It will go here. It will read the character a equal to getChar. Does not equal to what? Does not equal to null. Yes, it is not equal to null. So what it will do? It will again call the function. It will again call the function, and what is exactly happening? If it is again calling the same function, means from this particular function, inside this function we are calling again the same function. That is the concept of recursion we are using. And the concept of recursion if we are using, then this function value that was 1 is going to be held. Again it will move ahead and it will compare. Character a getChar does not equal to null. Yes, it is not a new line character. So if it is not a new line character, again new function is calling, again the same function calling. It means that the execution of this particular solution is still on hold. Similarly, it will call this function again. We will move here. Again, this function will call. We will move here. So in the stack 1, 2, 3, 4, it is stored. Now, at a particular time, when the cursor or when the pointer will move to the new line, this particular condition will false. So if this particular condition will false, it will go to put character one by one from the data structure. So one by one means here we are having a stack. So from this particular stack, it will return all the element one by one. So obviously, first in last out or last in first out property will be hold. So whatever function is on top will be returned first. So first 4 will be returned, thereafter 3 will be returned, thereafter 2 will be returned, thereafter 1 will be returned. Based on that, what you can say that option A program will not terminate, it is wrong, because obviously it will be terminate no infinity loop condition. The program will terminate with no output, incorrect. Obviously we will get the output. The program will terminate with 4 3 2 1. Yes, the elements will be reversed like this. And the program will terminate with 1 2 3 4. No, it is not a correct answer. So here if you can see option C, the program will terminate with 4 2 3 1 as output. This is the correct answer. I hope it is clear to you. Was asked as follows: consider the operator precedence and associativity rules for the integer arithmetic operators given in the below table, which is like this. That operator is given, precedence order is given, and associativity is given, and the value of this particular expression is asked as per the above rule. The question was asked from the data structure which is called as stack, and the subtopic is application of stack data structures. From that, it was asked from 1 mark. It is a 1 mark question and very easy question. If you can see, we are given an expression and we need to evaluate it. So highest precedence is plus arithmetic operation 1. It is highest precedence, and it is having left to right associativity. After that, subtraction is having the next higher precedence, which is having right to left associativity. Thereafter, multiplication and then division. So if I am going to follow this particular equation, I can write it like this. The equation is given 3 plus 1 plus 5 into 2 divided by 7 plus 2 minus 4 minus 7 minus 6 divided by 2. This is the equation given to us, and we need to follow this particular table as a associativity rule. So what I am doing, I am first solving the arithmetic operation plus, that is highest precedence, and associativity is left to right. So what is at the leftmost point? At the leftmost point is 3 plus 1. It will be evaluated first. It will give me result 4. Now 4 plus 5 into 2 divided by 7 plus 2 minus 4 minus 7 minus 6 by 2. We need to go step by step. Now the next plus is this, because left to right convention we need to follow. So in the next iteration, my equation will become like 9 into 2 by 7 plus 2 minus 4 minus 7 minus 6 divided by 2. After that, if you will see the next equation, it is plus, because it is the highest precedence as of now. Plus is still highest precedence. If it is highest precedence, I need to add it. So if I am going to add it, what I need to do? I need to add this particular plus to this particular 7, because this is the rightmost, this is at the rightmost place. So I need to perform 7 plus 2 in this case, and my new equation will look like this: 9 into 2 by 9 minus 4 minus 7 minus 6 by 2. So all the arithmetic operation which is with addition operation are done. Now I need to perform uh, subtraction operation. So you can see the subtraction operation is having a right to left associativity. So if it is having right to left associativity, then this one is at the rightmost position. So what I need to do? 7 minus 6. So let me do it here itself. 7 minus 6 will become 1. It will become 1 by 2. The next one is this, that is this. So it will become 4 minus 1 by 2. So it will give me 3 by 2. The next one is this minus, that is 2, that is here it is 9. So if you will see that after this subtraction, after this particular subtraction and after this particular subtraction, my equation will look like this. My equation will look like this as follows. My equation will look like this: 9 into 2 by 9 minus this we have done, that is 3 by 2. Now you know that if I am going to perform this, then obviously this is the right associativity operator, and right associativity operator as well as the precedence is higher. So it will become 9 into 2 divide 6. 9 into 2 multiply by 6 by 2. We can write it like this: 6 by 2. Just a second. It will become 9 into 2 as it is, and I need to follow this operation from this part. So it will become 6 by 2. Ultimately, I can say that at the end, I will get the equation in the form of 18 divided by 3, and the final answer will be 6. So it was NAT in nature. The correct answer for this is 6. I hope it is clear to you. Following question was asked from programming in C from 2 mark. 2 mark question it is. The question is based on the concept of functions under programming in C, and the question is like this: int function, and there are two parameters, int x comma int y. We are having a for loop associated with it. Int I equal to 0, I less than y, I plus plus, and x equal to x plus y. X equal to x plus y, and thereafter return x. Question is, which of the following statement is are true about the following function? So basically this question is completely based on hit and trial method. Hit and trial method, right? So option A, if you can see, if the input of x equal to 20 and y equal to 10, then the return value is greater than 2 ki power 20. So if I am going to put x equal to 20 here, x equal to 20 here, and y equal to 10, my for loop will work like this: I equal to 0 till I is less than 10 and I plus plus. At every iteration, after each iteration, I need to evaluate x equal to x plus y. Initially I equal to 0, so it will work like x equal to, what is the initial value x we are putting, 20 plus 20 plus y, that is 10. So it is 50 now. The value of x become 50. In the next iteration, when I will become 1, at that time x is equal to x plus y, that is 50 plus 50 plus 50, that is 150, and keep going on. So if I am going to keep going on with the option A, it is not going to return the value greater than 2 to the power 20, because it is hit and trial method, right? So after 10th iteration also, my value will be lesser than this particular result. So it is not the correct answer. Similarly, on the option C, if you will see, if I am going to put x equal to 20 and y equal to 10, then also I will get the value lesser than 2 to the power 10, but it is not so, because 2 ki power 10 is 1024. But after some iteration, when the value of I will go to 6 or 7 or 8, the value will be greater than this. But so option C is also out of the scope. Now option B and option D left. So obviously I can say, just by seeing on the part, that here the values of x is 20, y is also 20, and x is 10 and y is 20. So whenever y is 20, means this particular iteration will run very longer time. I less than 20 iteration will run, and every time the value is going to added in this manner, which will make the value of x a very greater value. It will be greater than 2 ki power 20 in both the cases. So I can say option B and option D is the correct answer for this particular problem. One more hint I can give you, that you do not need to solve this particular problem as of the sense. You only need to visualize the problem, that after first iteration 150, so what after second iteration, 150 plus 150 plus 50, that is 350. After third iteration, 350 plus 350 plus 50, that is 850. After fourth iteration, it would become let's say 750 plus 750 plus 50. So after fifth iteration itself, the value crosses option C. After fifth iteration, the value itself crosses 2 ki power 10, that is 1024, right or not? So it is cancelled. Similarly, at one time it is going to make a value greater, but not greater than 2 ki power 10, if x equal to 20 or y equal to 10, or y equal to 10 and x equal to 20. But if the value become x20 y20, you will see that eventually after sixth or seventh iteration itself, the value will be very much greater. So option B and D are the answer for this particular problem, which was asked for 2 marks as a MSQ. I hope it is clear. Following question was asked as a part of programming in C in GATE for 2 mark, and the nature is numerical answer type question. The question is as follows: consider the following code snippet using fork and wait system calls. So basically in the background there is a concept of operating system we are using. Why? Because there is a fork and wait, that is the background concept of operating systems. Now assume that the code compiles and run correctly, and that the system call runs successfully without any error, and this is the program which is given to us. The program nature is very easy, but you can say that this question is made as a hybrid question based on programming in C plus operating system. So if you know the concept of fork and wait, this question you can solve within 1 minute. Why? Because you know the value of x is 3, x is greater than 0, 3 is greater than 0, right? Yes. So we have just called fork function, means we haven't executed this call, just after that we are calling the fork function. Getting it? Now this code repeatedly fork the process inside this while loop. Each iteration double the number of processes. each iteration will double the number of processes, right? Because after each iteration, these two statements are on pending mode also. After each fork, both the parent and child process, that is hello and wait, this is parent and child processes, these processes are going to be on hold, right? So the loop iterates 3 times, because you know that this particular parent method have 1 and 2 and 3. So this particular method will, this loop will iterate 3 times for the value of x, because once the value will value of x will become 3 greater than 0, true, after that 2 greater than 0, and after that 1 greater than 0, then 0 will be there which is greater than 0. At this time the loop will fail, and after this you will see that this particular process is having two, one is parent, this is the parent, and then the child node. So 2 की power 3, that is 8 times this process, this function will, this loop will iterate 3 times, this will result 8 processes, this will result 8 processes. But apart from this 8 processes, every time whenever we are going to call this fork process 1, 2, 3, 4 time, we can say that the result will be stored, which we are not eventually evaluating, because they will go in the wait state, and then 2 statement at the last after my loop will be breaked. So I can say that 8 plus 4 plus 2, that is 14 times this particular code will be called. So the correct answer for this NAT type question is 14, right? So after the message printed before the hello, the loop terminates, right? So there is two important concept, fork and wait. You should understand this, right? So every time the value of x will be decreased, and at a particular time when it is going to terminate, at that particular time we have already executed 8 processes, and 4 plus 2 processes was on hold for wait, right? So 14 is the correct answer of this question. I hope it is clear.